Okay, let's unpack this. We've all been, okay, let's unpack this. We've all been, conditioned to believe that the path to financial stability is pretty straight. Get good grades, find a stable, high-paying job, and save diligently. But the material you shared, it just challenges that premise entirely. It argues that success isn't really about what you earn, it's about how you think about money. So today we have a fascinating stack of sources, and they all center on these foundational ideas of financial literacy. And it's all rooted in this concept of two powerful, contrasting mindsets about money. Our mission in this deep dive is to give you a shortcut to understanding why your perspective, your financial knowledge matters so much more than a fancy degree or a high income. And maybe more importantly, how your psychology pretty much dictates your financial outcomes. The core of this whole philosophy, it's built around the author's experiences growing up with two father figures. You've got the poor dad on one side, highly educated, secure in that traditional sense, and then the rich dad, who was a super astute businessman, but had, way less formal schooling.
What's so fascinating here is that the distinction wasn't intelligence. I mean, not at all. One guy had a PhD, the other was a high school dropout. The difference was purely their internal, let's call it their financial operating system. And we can look at this right through the lens of behavioral economics. One operated from a place of fear, and the other. The other operated from a place of leverage.
Okay, so let's detail those two perspectives. The poor dad mindset. That's the blueprint most of us are taught, right? It's all about security and stability. It's defined by those phrases we all know. Go to school, get good grades, find a secure job, play it safe. And maybe the most powerful one of all, the idea that money is the reward for hard work.
And that just stands in stark contrast to the rich dad's philosophy, which was all about growth and ownership. I mean, his advice was it was drastically different. He'd say, learn how money works so you can make it work for you. He saw money as a tool to be mastered, not a master to be served. And the critical difference, the absolute game changer, was focusing on building assets that paid you even when you were asleep. This takes us, directly to behavioral science, that poor dad perspective. It's a classic scarcity mindset. When people feel limited, they make fear-based decisions. They're driven by the worry of losing what little they have, and that translates to, well, playing it safe. Conservative investing, prioritizing job security above everything else, and seeing all debt as just evil.
So that scarcity mindset can lead to self-limiting behavior, even if the person is, say, a doctor or a lawyer making a huge salary.
Precisely. Exactly. And conversely, people operating with a growth mindset, that's the rich dad's world, they focus on calculated risks, on continuous learning, on building long-term leverage. The sources, they assert it so plainly. The psychological